We're off to San Francisco one final time. David Vassegh is there. Hey, tonight it's Kershaw on the mound for L.A. Tomorrow, Ted Lilly, maybe. If he can't go, what's the plan?
Well, all signs are pointing towards Ted Lilly not making the start tomorrow, maybe going on the disabled list because on Monday night he lasted only 3 innings because of pain in his right rib cage. He actually got an injection there earlier this week, and it all looks like Matt McGill will make his second major league start tomorrow against the Giants. In his debut last weekend on Saturday against the Brewers, he went 6 2/3 innings, struck out 7 Milwaukee hitters, and only allowed 2 runs. And also, the Dodgers bullpen coach Chuck Krim knows him very well. Introduced him to his wife, scouted him, drafted him when he was in the minor leagues, was his pitching coach in Double-A Chattanooga. So there's a strong connection between Matt McGill and Dodgers bullpen coach Chuck Krim. McGill also grew up just 40 miles away from Dodger Stadium in Simi Valley, California, went to Royal High School. So a lot of Los Angeles ties and a lot of ties with this Dodger ball club for Matt McGill, who's been scouted, drafted, and developed in the Dodger system, and now it's coming to fruition for Los Angeles.
David Vassegh in San Francisco. Dodgers and Giants series begins tonight.
David Vassegh is at Dodger Stadium. So the Dodgers keeping an eye on the Cardinals and the Pirates. I want to know who they'd rather play, David. Are they saying?
Well, they're not saying, but I think there's no question that the Dodgers would rather play the Pittsburgh Pirates, only for the fact that they would have home field advantage in the NLCS since they're the division winner and the Pirates are the wild card. The first 2 games will be here at Dodger Stadium, and if necessary, they would have home field advantage for a game 6 or 7 at Dodger Stadium. And also, the Dodgers are very aware of what the Cardinals have done. Their core group of players, guys like Yadier Molina, John Jay, David Freese, Carlos Beltran, those guys, what they've accomplished in the playoffs the last few years. Skip Schumacher was part of that Cardinals team, so the Dodgers know Busch Stadium's a tough place to play and a tough place to open up a playoff series. So I would imagine they want the Pirates to win tonight.
Tell me about Andre Ethier. How's his ankle, David?
Ethier told me before Game 4 that he's optimistic he'll be able to play the outfield in the NLCS. So he was very excited that the Dodgers were able to advance and go on to the NLCS because his ankle has improved, so much so that if the Dodgers needed him to pinch hit and get on in Game 4, he was going to be able to run the bases station to station. Now, I don't know if they would have pinch ran for him if they really needed a run from second base, but if they just needed him to go station to station, Ethier could have done that in Game 4. His ankle is improving, and the Dodgers were hoping to get some work for him in here, but unfortunately the rain is trying to throw a wrench into that situation.
That's so weird. Raining in Los Angeles. David Vassegh live at Dodger Stadium with the latest.
Kemp and Ramirez in the Dodgers lineup. I did a double take. I said, what's this? I haven't seen this in a while. What's going to happen now that these guys are back together?
Well, for good reason, Matt, you took a double take. Last night was only the 13th time that Kemp and Hanley Ramirez started in the same game. What's going to happen from here on out? Hopefully the Dodgers get the same Matt Kemp they saw last night, going 4 for 4, driving in 3 runs, and really driving the baseball and hitting it hard. Remember, when he got hurt in that game at Washington on July 21st, he was 1 hit away from the cycle as well. So if the Dodgers get that same Matt Kemp that they've seen the last 2 times he started for them, that makes their lineup even deeper with Hanley Ramirez, Adrian Gonzalez, and Matt Kemp. And don't forget, Andre Ethier, when he comes back, that makes the Dodger lineup really deep, along with Yasiel Puig, and that will make things a lot tougher on pitchers in the playoffs.
A division crown is not enough for this Dodgers team.